Yo, hello traders, it's your one and only Forex coach, Team Legend, and I'm super excited having you all here today on this one.
Please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell.
Today in this video, I want to show you a very simple strategy that you can always use to win in the financial market, all right? No matter the market you trade, be it the currency pairs or be it the boom and crash, the synthetic, you can always win with this strategy, okay? Now, first of all, what I want to do is to clear all the objects that I've got. So I'll just clear all the objects. So I want to just begin a fresh analysis, okay? Now, if you get to observe, you'll see that I'm on this trade, and we're currently on the TP2, about heading to TP3, which I actually dropped the signal in the VIP group in the morning, okay? So here is when we hit TP1, and here we hit TP2 and head into TP3 actually, okay? So actually, how did I take this trade? All right, it's a very simple strategy. For you to begin your analysis, you always want to start from the 4-hour time frame, okay? When you get to the 4-hour time frame, all you want to do is, number one thing you want to do is you want to place your supports and your resistances. Very, very important. Very important. All right, place your supports, place your resistances. All the obvious support and resistance, you want to always make sure you have your analysis in place on them, okay? So I think I have one more here. All right, so after the 4-hour time frame, support and resistance, then the next thing you want to do is you want to go straight to your 1-hour time frame, okay? So at your 1-hour time frame, you want to see where do we have the nearest support or nearest resistance, okay? And you get to see that right here we had the nearest support here, okay? This is where we did what we had the nearest support, and then we saw how price played out. That when price came here, it found a support around here and shot back to the upside. So while price was on its way coming back down, all right, found its support there, I actually would have placed this trade around here, but because I wasn't online on time, when I came in, it was already on the move. So this was where we placed the entry actually, and then price played around with her feelings for a while before it began the new move. So this tells you that we've been holding this trade for the past 3 hours and a few minutes. Actually, we've been holding this trade. You need to understand that in the financial market, patience has a role to play, okay? Patience has a big role to play in the financial market. If you're not patient about this market, trader, you might not end up being profitable. You need to learn to be patient, okay? So this was how we placed the entry. So what did I say? You want to place your support and resistance on your higher time frames, and then when you come to your 1-hour time frame, check out the nearest support or the nearest resistance. Now actually, if you get to observe, you would notice that here being the nearest support made here the nearest resistance, okay? This place became the nearest resistance, okay? So I anticipate that as price begins moving, it's going to have to struggle around here for a while before it can probably find a better support here to shoot back to the upside, okay? So it could find support here before it to begin to shoot back to the upside. And now when it begins to shoot back to the upside, is actually heading to the nearest resistance after this resistance here, and the next resistance is somewhere here. So that's why it's really struggling here right now, as you can see, okay? Let me use my rectangle, which I always use in marking out my zones. So if I use my rectangle here, you would observe that this is where price is currently struggling. This is the nearest resistance. So if it ends up breaking out of here, where would be the next resistance, traders? Here is going to be the nearest resistance. So this is what we call market structure. Price moves in market structure, going what's lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, so that's what we call a downtrending market structure, and the same thing applies to an uptrending market structure, where it creates higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. So you need to understand the logic of the market movements Okay, understanding how the market moves will give you insight on knowing where to buy from or where to sell from or even where to take your profit from. That's also another little challenge. Some traders actually don't even know where to take their profit from. But I have a little solution to problems like that. What you do in times like that is when you don't know where to take your profit from, maybe you feel it has to keep going up and you end up noticing that at the end of the day it doesn't reach where you really anticipated it to reach, and then maybe after coming a little while it goes back down. To prevent stories that touches the heart, all right, I would always advise that when price has gone at least a good amount of pips like this, what you should do is to lock your profit. I've taught you guys how to lock your profit, isn't it? So how to lock your profit is you drag your stop loss from where it was to cover your profits. Okay, so you bring all your stop losses and cover your profits. So when you bring all your stop losses and cover your profits in this way, if price ends up turning back down against you, you should know that you're not going to be in loss. Okay, you're not going to be in loss, but rather you'll be in profit, and not just in profit, but you're also on the safer side. Now the thing is, when locking your profits, you don't want to take your stop loss so high like this, because a lot of people would always want to do that. They don't want to lose much, they just take their stop loss like this, and by the time price moves just a little, it hits them off the market. And surprisingly, you just notice that the moment it hits you off the market, it begins to go your direction. You would be like, oh no, if I had known, I wouldn't have set stop loss like that. So to prevent those kind of things, traders, I will always advise set your stop loss just a little bit away. Give price, all right, a good space to play around, so we could so that at the end of the day it could play around and begin the real movement you're looking for. I hope you understand what I mean, traders. So that's just the simple logic of trading these markets. So looking for the nearest support zone. All right, okay, I think I should use this instead. Looking for the nearest support zone, and waiting for price to come over there for you to place your entry gives you an edge against the market. All right, now this is just you having two different confluences. Number one, you have the support confluence, and number two, that's price coming back to a previous support is creating what we call a double bottom. That's why we have the double bottom here. You can see the first bottom here, the second bottom here, giving you two different confluences to buy. All right, so I hope you guys understand what I taught you right now. If you really understood what I just explained, can you leave a comment below and tell me, team, I understand? And if you don't understand, please feel free to leave a question below, and I'll see you on the next video, traders. For the meantime, make sure you stay safe and keep winning.
Please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell.